Hi, and welcome to Midnight Monday Motivation. I am Tiffany R. Easley, your source strategist, teaching you how to live the life of your dreams by soaring beyond the drama, trauma, and challenges of life. Like always, I am super excited to share with you a brief moment of motivation, hoping that you have a great start to your Monday and, above else, a great start to this magnificent week. The first thing I want to do is say thank you to everyone who has purchased a book during pre-sales, and for those of you who have, your book has gone out in the mail, and depending on where you live in the US, it will be to you soon. I am super excited about today's topic, but before I get into today's topic, I want to show you the book. Here is the book. This is the front cover. It says The Journey to Soar Beyond, Do the Inner Me Work. And then on the back, just has a little bit snippet of information, and it has a brief bio of myself. So again, thank you to everyone who has purchased a book so far. Today, I want to talk about the inner me work. And the reason I feel it's important is because in order for me to pen this particular book, I had to do a lot of inner me work. And when I say inner me work, I really mean channeling through the difficulties, the challenges, the drama, trauma, all of the things that I talk about in SOAR. I had to walk a lot of that out personally, and it took a lot out of me, but what was birthed through me is much more substantial than the journey itself. So I thought it would be very befitting to really share with you what I learned about inner me work. And it is a term that I created because I wasn't finding a word in the dictionary that really defined what that was. So I'm going to give you 4 points today, and then I'm going to get out of your way for you to have an amazing Monday. The first thing I want to share with you is that doing the inner me work helps you to recognize that there are inner issues. A lot of times we talk about how people are against us, or people don't want to see us succeed, or people are angry at us, or people have hurt us. A lot of times that could be true, and I'm not negating that issue. But what I also came to understand in my journey is that a lot of times I had inner issues going on, so it seemed like everyone else was angry at me or mad at me or trying to set me up, when actually it was the inner stuff within me that was going on. So you have to recognize the inner issues. Once you recognize the inner issues, the next thing you need to do is resolve to get help with those issues. I will say this. As an African American female, we in the African American community struggle with getting help with any type of issue. If it's medical advice, if it's mental health advice, if it's social advice, if it's behavioral advice, if it's spiritual advice, we sometimes struggle with getting professional help because there's a stigma placed up on that. There is nothing wrong with recognizing you need help in an area and getting qualified, validated, certified help from a professional that can walk you through your issues. Number 3, rest in knowing that once you've gone through whatever drama, trauma, challenge, or issue you face, that you will be able to use those issues as a platform to help other people. I'm going to stick here for a little bit because I find it interesting that once we recognize we have issues, we say, oh, we're great. We know we have an issue. Now we're good. We can go out. We can teach everybody what we know because we're great. We've overcome it. And it's not true. I used to want to talk about my story, my journey a lot. And I couldn't. And I would get frustrated and I would be like, well, I don't understand why I don't get the opportunities. I speak well, I can control a crowd, I can keep their attention, and I can tell a story. But what I realized was my inner me work hadn't been completed yet. So the impact would have been negative where it should have been positive, and I would have hurt people instead of helped people. So it wasn't time for me to soar with my story because I hadn't yet gotten the inner me stuff handled. So here's the challenge. When you recognize that there's inner me issues and when you resolve to get the help, rest a little bit. Rest in knowing that you're getting the healing, that you're walking out that healing, that you're walking through that process, and it's not quite time to share it, and it is okay. But while you're walking out getting that healing, be mindful of all the things that you're learning. Be mindful of how God is protecting you. Be mindful of how He's positioning you. Be mindful of how He's pouring into you. Be mindful of the people He's putting around you to strengthen you for the next leg of the journey. And finally, when you have walked out that healing and you've walked out that inner me stuff, you can rise and take a stand on a platform that God has created for you to share your story with power, with purpose, and from a position of victory and not defeat. And that is when you begin to soar. So today, that's it. It's that simple. Do the inner me work. Do not continue to walk around after you recognize the issues are there as if now that I recognize it, I'm great. I can go teach the world. I can go preach to the world. I can go pray for everybody. No. Take time, get the healing, get what you need so that you can be used to help other people. Because a healed you can help other people. A hurt you will only hurt other people. I hope this has been a blessing for you today. Again, this is just a snippet of the work that is within this book. It's not just a book, it's a book to help you really soar beyond the drama, trauma, and challenges of life. I hope that you have an amazing Monday and a great week. And always remember, you can achieve the dream life that you desire if you are willing to soar beyond the drama, trauma, and challenges of life. I hope you have an amazing day and a great week. And until next time, continue to soar beyond.